So about a year, some change ago, we had an Instagrammer who's pretty popular. Her name was Ari, Arii. She has millions of followers, and she failed to sell 36 T-shirts when she dropped them. All right. Now I know influencers with a significantly lower amount than that who sold thousands and thousands of merchandise. Why is it that some influencers who have these massive followings fail to monetize their audiences as compared to other influencers who don't have as a big of an audience, but they sell more?
The structure.
Okay.
So the structure of her rollout, like I don't know how she exactly rolled out her merch, how much she was focusing on it, if that was her only product, if her audience was, primed to buy products from her, if she tried to pivot, and there's a lot of things that go into that.
Yeah.
It's not just as simple as she had 2 million followers and she tried to sell something. I don't know the price of the shirts that she was trying to sell. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it. And if she was selling them for like some exclusive,
Fair pricing.
Okay.
Fair pricing.
But I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. So the first one would be the just exposure base like mentality that we talk about. So one, like if you just try to put something out and think that people are going to buy it the first time that they see it, that doesn't happen. So she should have had retargeting ads. Like anybody who was following her.
Yeah.
Those would be the people she should have put in one audience on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and Google.
Okay.
And Pinterest, if we're talking about merch ads, and Snapchat. And like there's so many other different platforms that apply to merch ads specifically.
Okay.
Like TikTok ads too. Like all the different platforms. I'll go off on a little tangent because this is good for people to hear. Different platforms are going to perform differently for different merch and products. So on like Pinterest ads, Snapchat ads, TikTok ads, those all have the potential to do well with different merch items or like physical products, e-commerce shops. And then Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google can do well with pretty much anything. But they all have like their strengths within them.
Okay.
So when she's just coming out with something, like if she just posted one thing and said, "Hey guys, I have some merch," honestly, I mean, like 36 sales off of one post really isn't that bad.
Okay.
Like if she would just post it again and get some marketing behind it, that's a lot of the times what a marketing agency comes in to do. Like if they see a great product that just had bad marketing behind it, then like that's a winner for a marketing agency to come in and like get behind. And then what they'll do is take a percentage of the revenue for that, for the time that they're managing the ads. So we personally don't do like the percentage thing because we're managing artists and not artists don't as much have like physical products like I don't know, like a back brace or like something like that.
Right.
Does really well with all those different ad platforms I just mentioned.
Okay.
But her strategy, it just comes down to the strategy behind it. So, 35 merch sales off of like one post really isn't bad, even when you have 2 million followers. I don't know if she did any pre-posting about it. But if she would just post again and do some other elements to her merch shop and like put more focus on it, it really depends on how much focus you're going to put on it. So when you put all those together, the fact that most people don't buy the first time they go to a website, it's like 98 or 99% depending on the prices, 99+% depending on the prices, of people aren't going to buy the first time they come across something. So that's what I'd say to it. I don't know how the design looked. I don't know a lot of those things, but I mean, all those factors into it. It could have been better, could have been worse. Like there's a lot that goes into it, and that's why, like when artists are just starting out their merch store, and like if that's going to be your sole focus, then doing all these steps that I just listed, even if that sounds overwhelming, because it is, like
Facts.
talking about Snapchat and Pinterest and all that.
Facts.
It is overwhelming, but it is possible if like you're going to laser in and focus on it.
Is marketing storytelling, or is one of the strategies of marketing storytelling?
One of the strategies of marketing is storytelling.
Okay.
Is that the rest of it is, some of it's technical, some of it's storytelling. So we just made a bunch of ads ourselves, not for merch, but for, different products we have coming up with Amari and like website stuff, Facebook and Instagram ad stuff, Spotify stuff, like all of our products, right? The ad itself is going to do some of the heavy lifting. So like once that ad gets in front of somebody, that is a good bit of the heavy lifting, but like that might be like half of it.
I got you.
The other half, like just because you make a nice looking ad does not mean it's going to perform well.
Facts.
So you have your targeting, even if it's like it has a good headline inside of the ad and like it has all that stuff together, the targeting and then the structure of the acquisition ads, the retargeting ads, and the retention ads, and then your conversions on your website is how it all comes together.
I got you.
So if your website and your offer is not optimized and you make really good ads and you have really good targeting, you're still not going to get as many conversions as you should because the offer on the website needs to be very easy for people.
Okay.
One thing we say is don't make it hard for people to give you money.
Okay.
So whenever they come to your website, let's say they really did like a t-shirt or something, or your songwriting services or whatever, and they come to your website and it's just clunky and doesn't look nice and it's hard to check out, like there goes your sale.
Yeah.
Even if it takes them like 1 extra second to go do something sometimes, like you want low barrier to entry.
That's right.
So yeah, like it's all that together.
Yeah.
And that's why like the optimal thing to do would be like get your website done first, and you're still gonna have to test on your website. Something called A/B testing.
Yeah.
If you guys know about it, you have like one checkout page that looks one certain way, and then sometimes you could just change one word.
Yeah.
And the conversion can go up.
Crazy.
Or you come out with a new checkout form and the conversion rate can go up. So all that goes together, guys. Like that's goes beyond just being an artist. That's your small business deal there. So that can apply if you guys are trying to start a restaurant, if you're trying to start an e-commerce shop, like a bunch of different things apply to that. And that's why there's marketing agencies, not for just the music business, but for like all businesses, because even like big companies will hire a marketing agency or somebody just come in and like do everything I just said, because it's going to be rare that you have one person on your team, or even like a couple of people on your team that really, really know their stuff. With that. So, like I know that we're probably not talking to the head of Coca-Cola right now in the audience. If he's there, give us a shout. But you try to learn them one by one. Yeah, that's probably my best advice. Like, I wouldn't try to learn Snapchat first and Pinterest, like all of them together. Just try to learn them one by one. Yeah. I'd say start with the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, in either order, honestly. But after you learn those, you can kind of like figure out the rest of them. Yeah. So by the time you guys watch this, there's definitely our social media ad course that you get for free whenever you order promotion on omarmc.com. So you order Spotify, Apple Music, or TikTok or whatever, you can get that course for free. And then in the future, we will definitely have some more courses on the other platforms I was just talking about. So where like you can get more courses the more you order, and they're just included with your purchase. We're working on those. They're not in the checkout form right now if you listen to this when it first came out. But if you listen to this maybe a couple months from now, like look for those options in the checkout form, like the promotion checkout form. You just get them included with your order. So you'll just be able to click a box and like those courses will be sent to you.
That makes sense.